guys, this is Natasha.
And I'm Tabula.
And we are back. And we want to first of all let you know that we changed the name slightly. So you guys remember our videos that we put out for online dating for dummies.
Yes. And you remember our outro at the end. We always say, no dummy dating. That is our new name.
Yes.
So we are so excited to share this information with you, and we hope that you will continue to watch our videos and be more in tune with it and share with everybody. Let everybody know to tune in to our channel.
Oh my God. So let us tell you about the time we almost got arrested. And this is such a true story, and this is how it started. So I figured I'm going to treat my sister to her birthday. And this is like over a month or so ago. And so I wanted to take her to one of my favorite places in the Woodlands, Kirby's Steakhouse.
Kirby's Steakhouse is everything.
Thank you so much, Kirby, for those lamb chops. Yes, honey.
Yes.
And I get mine blackened a little bit, and then it comes with this little cream mushroom sauce. Anyway, so, and then they had some really good drinks. What was the name?
It's called a Tex-Mex.
Tex-Mex.
And if you go on happy hour, it's only $5. You can't beat it.
$5.
Now they serve it in a martini glass,
but
it's a margarita.
A margarita, yes.
And it is everything.
Right. So while we're sipping on this, well, actually, before we got there, there was a guy that I had met online. And I didn't have any real conversations with him, but he wanted to try to get together. I was like, I just don't have time. But if you want to come and hang out with my sister and I at Kirby's Steakhouse, then you can feel free to do so.
Yes.
So he ended up meeting us over there. Let's just call him Chip, okay? Because we don't want to give out his real name.
Yeah.
But he ended up meeting us over there. And he gets there and we order our appetizers. He orders his whatever he was eating. One of the things he did, he and my sister actually ordered the same thing, which was what?
The scampi crab.
Yes, yes. And he looks over at my sister's plate and he says,
why they give you more? They gave you more than they gave me.
She got more than me. I was like, really? That don't even make sense. You looking at her plate, tend to your own plate.
I was kind of embarrassed because he was a little loud.
He was loud and you know what? The G word. Ghetto. I'm just gonna say it.
He was very inappropriate.
It's our video, so we can say it.
We can say what we want to say.
You were ghetto, Chip. You know who you are.
Chip, Chip.
Anyway, during the process, one of an associate of mine comes in, and I'm like, oh, hey, you know, this is my sister, and she just moved here from Chicago, and they were talking and hugging and laughing, and the guy is sitting on the other side of me, and he says, is he African? I said.
Yeah. And then he said, oh, it's he Ethiopian.
He Ethiopian. I heard they don't eat much over there.
and Chip, if you're watching this, that was probably I won't say the most because he did a lot of ignorant things that night. But it was one of the most ignorant things that a human being could say.
Absolutely. So I ordered, what was it? The Borson herbal cheese from Kirby's Steakhouse. And oh my God, Kirby's, you have the best appetizers.
You guys, go to Kirby's happy hour in the Woodlands.
But anyhow, this guy was so rude that he was reaching over me like this to get in that Borson cheese. And I was like, wait a minute. I was trying to move his arm out of my way. And he,
so rude.
And then what did he say to me? Oh, you must be a diva. I said, well, what is your definition of a diva? Since you're calling me a diva, what? Just because I don't want you
reaching over my plate, a hand all up in my face.
I mean, I'm a diva? Really?
Here is one of another horrible thing that this man did, Chip. So everybody knows how, you know, when you're at a bar, like at Kirby's, the bartenders have their own little things that they make the drink with, like the cut up limes, the lemons, the olives, the mint leaves. Do you guys know that this guy was eating off of the bartender?
It's just eating it, put it in his mouth. Oh my God, I was so embarrassed because you were talking to the other friend across on the other side of you. And one of the bartenders came up to this guy, Chip, which was on my right side. And he whispered, he's trying to be politically correct. He whispered and he says, "You're not supposed to eat that. That's for the bar." And then Chip says, "Oh, I'm sorry, man, no problem." And as soon as the guy left, Chip started eating off that thing again. So eating olives,
So you would think that this is where we almost got arrested. But wait for it. There's more to come.
For it. Wait for it. Oh, before that, remember when Chip said he had to go outside and check on his son? He had to go to his car.
He had to get his tablet. Check his email because he was expecting an email from his son.
And which is strange, right? Because why would his son be emailing him? And I said, "Well, you can't get the email." My sister said, "Well, you know they got the email on your phone. You can get it off your phone." No, it doesn't work that way. I don't know how to work that, so I'm gonna have to go out to the car. So we're thinking, is he gonna walk out on this bill?
I actually asked him that. I said, are you trying to skip out on the bill? And the only reason I said that is because he said that he was going to take care of things.
Okay, so yeah.
We did not ask him.
No one asked Chip to pay our bill. I was treating my sister for her birthday. Chip wanted to come along. Okay, you can come along. We're going to be there. It's no big deal.
Right.
So he says that he's going to take care of the bill. So I was like, well, no problem. But then he has to go outside. Like, why is he going outside? Did he leave his credit card outside? Does he have cash outside? He says he has to go check on his email because his son was supposed to be checking up with him and emailing him. Chip goes out to the car. We already prepared because I'm just like, we don't with people like that. We don't know him. We don't know nothing about him except his name is Chip.
That's it.
And he live on the north side of Houston.
And that's probably not even your real name. Chip.
So basically he does go out and then he comes back.
He came back.
But when he comes back, he went and sat next to the musician because they had live band that night. He went, I was like, why is he over there? That doesn't even make any sense. Strange things were happening. But we were still enjoying, my sister was enjoying her time, her birthday time. We were enjoying each other.
Yes.
And then, wait for it, we'll have to tell you when we come back why or how we almost got arrested.
Yeah. So on our break, one of the segments of our show we call
60 Seconds of Shade.
And for this 60 seconds, we're going to have to go in on somebody.
And the topic of the day, the pick of the day for 60 Seconds of Shade is Greg Love.
POF.
First of all, Greg has no ambition. Actually, I don't know Greg from anybody. But on his profile, he says, no ambition. He is not ambitious at all. Now, that's the first time I've ever seen that.
Right.
Some people have a little ambition, somewhat ambitious, or whatever. He has no ambition. And guess what? It shows in his profile.
It does. About him, what interests him?
NA. About him, NA.
Not applicable.
Conversation starters. NA.
Doesn't apply to him. He can't start a conversation.
That's because he ain't got nothing to say because he don't have no ambition, period, whatsoever, point blank. It's sad, but true, that a lot of guys out here have no ambition. You have no business trying to be on a dating site trying to date somebody.
Have a seat under the shade tree, Greg.
You can't even date yourself. That's your shade, Greg. That's your shade. You can't even date yourself.
So don't be mad. Don't be mad.
Get some ambition.
Get some ambition.
At one point, we were talking about my friend who just purchased a $125,000 Porsche, which was really nice, by the way. And then when I mentioned that to my sister, even though I joked and I told him, I said, look, some people's houses don't cost $125,000. You driving around in somebody's house, basically. So then Chip turns around and says,
"Oh, well, I drive a BMW. That ain't nothing. I drive a BMW. I said, oh, really? I said, well, what model? He said, oh, the 5 Series.
Right.
It's like, oh, okay.
Okay, well.
Anyway, so we've had about enough of Chip.
Exactly. So we're getting ready to wrap up. And I tell Andy, the bartender, hey, Andy.
Hey, Andy.
She's the best bartender over there at Kirby's. Well, not the best. The other guy name was Jamie.
And
he was great
too.
also. So anyway, I told Andy I was getting ready to tell her to bring us our tab because I'm going to take care of me and my sisters. And then Chip opens up his mouth and says, oh, don't worry about it. I got it. And I said, oh, okay, well, how sweet of you.
Thank you.
I gave him a little pat on the back.
Thank you as well.
And how sweet of you. And then, so he took care of the tab. We all went our separate ways. We went out to the valet. And
we were waiting
Daniela. Daniela is the best valet person.
Hey, Daniela.
Daniela is a female, of course, and she is handling the whole valet over at Kirby Steakhouse.
Yes.
I just have to say, Daniela, you have your hustle on, and I respect you for that.
Yes.
Daniela was going to get our cars. Now, Chip didn't valet, but I did, and so Daniela went to get my car. And as Chip went to go get in his car,
we hear. Do you guys remember the old CarX commercial? A rattle, rattle, thundercloud, a boom, boom, boom. Don't worry, call the CarX man. Well, that BMW 5 Series was from 1985, and he needed to call the CarX man.
And it was putting and back. What is it when the muffler backfiring? You got a BMW backfiring.
Oh my God.
The car was from the 80s or the 90s. Okay. Now, I love a BMW. But you cannot be bragging on no BMW as if it were a Porsche.
No comparison.
None whatsoever.
Sorry. So the entire following week after that experience with Chip, I kept telling my sister, I'm like, I feel like he was acting so shady. I hope he tipped our bartenders. What if he didn't tip them?
So, you're concerned about whether Chip tipped the bartenders or not the prior week. We go back in there to celebrate her birthday yet again, because what do we do for birthdays? We celebrate the entire month.
Exactly.
So we go back in, and my sister was like, oh my God, I would be so embarrassed if he did not tip the bartender. So we sit at our regular places at the bar.
And Jamie, one of our favorite bartenders, he was there, so we asked. We were like, hey, Jamie, we were a little concerned, when we were here last week.
Because we didn't know that guy that we was with.
We didn't know him.
We did not know him at all.
And we just want to make sure that he tipped you guys.
Right. And Jamie says, oh.
Well, ladies, as a matter of fact, we're not worried about that. He just didn't pay the tab. The tab is still here. I still have it in the register.
I literally was so embarrassed. I have never been this embarrassed in my entire adult life.
Embarrassing.
When he said that Chip did not pay the bill, my sister and I were like almost in tears, because we were thinking, oh my God, we could have been arrested for leaving a bill unpaid. We did not know that our bill was unpaid, because this fool over here says that he was going to take care of it, and we saw him take care of the bill. However, he went on the side and got one of the bartenders to the side and said, I'm only taking care of this, that, and that, which was all the stuff that he had ordered, none of the stuff that we had ordered. Why would you do that? I was going to pay for our tab. I was asking the bartender to bring us ours. And he said, oh no, don't worry about it, I'm gonna take care of it. Nobody asked him to pay our tab, and he left the bill unpaid. How embarrassing.
At a place that we frequent.
And the good part about this whole story is this, even though we know we could have been arrested, right?
Exactly.
The good part about it, the bartender says, we knew that it wasn't you ladies doing. We know you're classy. We know we've seen you in here before.
And the manager said, don't even say anything to the ladies.
But I told him, I said, whatever we ordered today, you put the rest of that tab on my bill, and it will be taken care of today. I was so embarrassed. I have not been this embarrassed in all of my adult life. So Chip,
first of all, find your lane.
find it because clearly Kirby's is not it.
Your lane is at the drive-thru of McDonald's.
And you can still order water with lemons. They will give you lemons at McDonald's. You don't have to eat all of their extra stuff off their bar. You stealing basically. He's a thief. You a thief.
Stay out of the Woodlands. They are up on your game.
If they see you in the Woodlands, guess what? You gonna be arrested.
You're gonna wear clank clank. Clank clank. So this leads us to a segment that we have that's new. We have a segment that we call
Dummy of the Week. And guess who reached the top of the list for this week? Chip, you are the Dummy of the Week. Cut. So, shortly after the Chip debacle, it was after the floods, the Hurricane Harvey had hit Houston, and bless everybody, God bless everybody who was affected. And I don't wish any harm on anybody, especially in a disaster situation like we had here in Houston.
That's horrible.
Chip texted me a picture of his house, and you know the water was way up high and things of that nature. I was like, oh my God, is everybody is you know everyone in your home okay? Do you have a place to live and such and such? I was just making small talk with him. He was okay. Then I said, you would never guess what happened. My sister and I went back to Kirby's Steakhouse to continue to celebrate her birthday, and guess what? We were almost arrested.
Going to jail.
This fool says, why? Because you black? I said, no, it's not because we're black. It's because you didn't pay the bill and you left the bill and it looked like we're the ones who left the bill. How could you? Then guess what I heard after that? Crickets. Silence. Nothing. Never heard from him again. So I called him. Hello, where you at? I called him on a crap because he did do that and he knew he did it. He, for whatever reason, didn't think we would find out. I don't understand that. Like he wasn't really thinking, right? Because
he wasn't thinking.
That's a place that we go all the time. So we knew we were innocent. That's why we went back, because we didn't know anything was wrong. But the minute we found out that he had done something wrong, we corrected the situation and apologized to the manager, to the bartenders and everything. We made everything right. But him texting me as if nothing was wrong. So he was just going to throw it, sweep it under the rug, like nothing was wrong, like he didn't do anything, and still trying to talk to me. You got to be kidding. You've got to be kidding. So, tips of the day. Number one, make sure that you have some conversations. And I know sometimes we do things on the fly. Right.
It's like, well, you know what? I'll just let them know I'm going here. And in this situation, it was more like a group thing because, you know, my sister was taking me out.
Right.
But she just said, hey, if you want to meet us there, fine. You know, I'll see you then. No big deal. It wasn't an actual date. But at the same time, even before inviting somebody into your space where you frequent, your circle, or in your presence, you really need to have those conversations.
You really need to know something about this guy. What type of guy he is. What type of places does he go to? Oh, by the way, when I told him we were going there earlier in the beginning, he asked me, well, you know, what should I wear?
Red flag number 2.
He said, because normally where I go, we just wear khaki shorts and some flip-flops and a t-shirt. I said, well, no, we would not be wearing flip-flops and khakis and a t-shirt in this spot. So you're going to have to, you know, maybe wear some jeans and, you know, a button-down shirt and look nice, look presentable. Right. So this wasn't his cup of tea, because he already let me know what he normally wears when he goes to eat.
So he was definitely stepping out of his lane in order to even meet us there.
And then even when we saw him in his little button-down shirt, it was brand new, because you know how it's already creased up and everything. It was
Like
brand
he took
new.
it out the package.
He just went to Walmart and got that button-down shirt. And another reason why I know he does not wear button-down shirts is because it was 2 sizes too big. He don't even know his button-down shirt size. It's not like a t-shirt size. You got to know your neck size. You got to know your length of your arm size. You got to know those things. But when you don't dress that way from the beginning, you don't know. So ladies, please take it from us. Take your time, get to know the guy a little bit, even before the meeting.
Yes.
Because even though we weren't out on a date, he was still in my space, where I normally frequent for dinners or happy hours or whatever.
And ruining what could have been a perfectly great birthday. Thanks a lot, Chip.
The only thing I could do after all of that was exhale and learn my lesson. I'll never do that again. All right. It was funny though, because we made a really good video off of you, Chip.
So that's our daties for the day.
That's the daties. So what we want you guys to do is to go and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That means you need to turn on notifications, which basically you have to click the bell icon. That's how you turn on those notifications. Don't do it later. Do it now.
Hit subscribe first.
Subscribe first. Hit the click the bell icon, and then that turns on the notifications. Okay, we also need you to go and share this video with all of your friends and family on social media. Follow us on every social media we have, which is Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. We have it all.
Yes. And we want to hear from you.
Yes.
We're sharing our stories with you, but we want to hear your story as well.
Yes.
So make sure you make a comment, send us an email, ask us any questions you like. We'll feature your questions on one of our videos, and just keep that communication going. We want to build a community here so that we're helping you, and we may learn something from you.
Yes, we will.
And you can learn something from us.
Yes, and don't forget, no dummy